What is up, everybody? Eric here from Soundcast Studios. Today we're taking a look at the JFT Class A Transistor Color Module by DIYRE Recording Equipment. Full disclosure, DIYRE Recording Equipment sent me this unit for free, but any opinion is entirely my own. So this color module is built around the idea that vintage gear used as few resistors as possible to try and save on cost. And so with less resistors, each resistor was working significantly harder, and that induced a lot of the color and sound of vintage gear. And so this color module is trying to replicate that. Get great sounding resistors and then push them to work really hard. So in order to try to get an understanding of the sound of the module, I ran an entire session through the module at different drive levels. Here, for example, you can see the vocals at different drive levels. Raw, 25, 50, and 100% drive. For example, the bass as well, 25, 50, 100%. And now we're going to hear how these sound stacked together. Now let's hear how the module sounds on individual tracks. First, we'll start off with the vocals and go from there.
Would I keep you or lose a bit of me? What do I do if I ever lose you? Would I lose a bit of me or keep a bit of you? Would I keep you or lose a bit of me? What do I do if I ever lose you? Would I lose a bit of me or keep a bit of you? Would I keep you or lose a bit of me? What do I do if I ever lose you? Would I lose a bit of me or keep a bit of you? Would I keep you or lose a bit of me? What do I do if I ever lose you? Would I lose a bit of me or keep a bit of you?
Overall, I found this color module to be very interesting. I found it to sound quite transparent actually. Unless pushed incredibly hard, like at 100%, you can begin hearing the distortion and such. But up to like 50%, overall, it's kind of transparent to my ear, and it's really good at shaving off and controlling transients. For example, in the bass section, here you can see how dynamic the bass is, those peaks and such. But in the 25 and 50% modes, it doesn't sound really any different, at least to my ear. You can definitely tell that the transients are shaved off, but it doesn't sound like they are. And that is incredibly useful because you can get more loudness, you can get a more controlled level, and overall shaving off those transients on something like bass, or for example on kick and snare to bring up that overall volume, it's incredibly useful and very, very pleasing to listen to. I did not really hear it working that hard unless I started pushing it, like I said, to like 100%. I don't particularly like it on anything else. Vocals would be more of an effect thing if you want to add like grit and distortion. It's not something I would use all the time. Also on guitar, it began sucking the life out of the guitar too much for my ears. But on bass in particular, I really, really liked it on bass. It tamed those transients so transparently, and it just made it sound better without really doing any processing and without really affecting the overall tone of the bass. Also, like I said, it sounds great on kick and snare because it controls the transient in a very pleasing and musical way. Lastly, I ran the stereo mix bus through the modules to see what that would sound like, and here are the results of that.
Would I keep you or lose a bit of me? What do I do if I ever lose you? Would I lose a bit of me or keep a bit of you? Would I keep you or lose a bit of me? What do I do if I ever lose you? Would I lose a bit of me or keep a bit of you?
So I ran the modules just at the point of saturation and then dialed it back slightly. As you can hear, there's not much of a difference between the two versions. But when you invert the polarity on the other one, you can hear that it's really just cutting off the transients. Here, I'll play them together. So really, it's just targeting those transients and shaving them off, and it will allow you to push the track into a limiter a lot harder, and that is incredibly useful. So I think it's very, very good at shaving off transients, so I really like it for that. Overall, I really like this color module, but it's not very versatile. I would only use it when I'm trying to chop off transients, because for that application, it works incredibly well. It's super transparent, and I can barely even tell that it's doing anything, but the meters will show that it is doing something. And so, why not shave off some transients and not actually affect the signal? It sounds like a win-win. So I would highly recommend it for mix bus application and for anything that's transient heavy. That is going to be the end of this video. In the comment section below, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you thought I could have done better. And I'll see you all in the next video.